Yo YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy SalvationsElite, man. It's been a while since we made a video, like what, over a week now again. Like, bro, it's been rough, but this weekend I was gonna make a video. I tweeted it out even, but I kind of got caught up waiting for the McGregor fight and having some fun this weekend, just you know, relaxing a little bit before the grind for Black Ops 4 starts. I went to a concert this weekend, which was really fun. That's what that was. Again, preparing for the grind that is going to be the next month or two of Black Ops 4. So the schedule for the upcoming insane weeks ahead for an amazing game, which I'm really hoping it's going to be awesome and tons of fun with a lot of great content. I mean, there's so much hype around Call of Duty in general. I mean, and even competitive Call of Duty, there's been a lot of hype that this might be the biggest year for competitive COD in a long time, and that's what I'm hoping for. And so the schedule basically for this weekend and upcoming, I think, is the best way for me to do this because I'm working full-time again with the fantasy footballers, actually. For those of you guys that are a little bit new around here from the last few videos. So basically the schedule is going to be for this Thursday and Friday when the game's first out. I'm just going to be playing, trying to get gameplays. It's as simple as that. I'm just trying to get gameplays, learning the game, you know, because I can't try to help make you guys better before I understand the game a little bit. And then from then on out, we're going to be basically doing uploads on Saturdays and Sundays, and then Thursdays and, well, Wednesdays and Thursdays. Just, I have to make a schedule to make my life just even kind of like, just to make my life simpler. Otherwise, I'd just be scrambling for videos, I'd be missing videos. So, and I want to get as many as possible in this first few months because that's what people are most excited about Call of Duty. And obviously, again, my goal is to do this long term. And I can't do that without some viewership and without you guys supporting the channel long term. So I also have an exciting announcement that it's not like officially in place yet. I'm going to hint at it a little bit. The hint is that it's going to be some type of community tournament that we'll be hosting at some point. And there's going to be a lot going on with it. This really wasn't inspired by Hitch. This has been a thought of mine for a long time. Even like when I started the channel, this was something I wanted to do. But like, it really didn't seem possible until these last few months with so many new faces on the channel. So many new people have joined the community, which has been awesome. The link for the Discord's down below. This has been a way too long intro. We're already like 2 minutes into the intro. I'm sorry, guys. There's so much to go over. But this video is about Rostermania. I'm sorry for the long intro. There's a lot to cover, like I said, and there was a lot to talk about leading up to this. So, Rostermania, man, it's been a crazy, like, 2 months, just mayhem, especially since the announcement. So many new rosters have come out, been announced, and we've talked a little bit about that in some past videos. The new rosters that we haven't talked about yet are Splyce's roster, and basically, we're going to talk about what teams are confirmed for Vegas, what teams are definitely going to make it into Vegas, Vegas's pool play specifically, and then what teams are going to be on the fringe and what players still need to find homes. This is going to be a review of everything we know so far about Rostermania. Moving forward, what we're still going to be looking for. I'm not going to talk too much more about Rostermania in the first week or two of Black Ops 4 because there probably won't be too much news. And even if there is, I just want to focus and spend my time on Black Ops 4 and tips videos and you know, everything that you guys expect from the channel so far, and hopefully having a little bit of fun along the way. So that's the plan. I hope you guys are down for that and ready for that. But with that said, Splyce's roster is Temp, Aqua, Looney, Accuracy, and Jerd, and they're going to be centered in Las Vegas, which is really interesting and pretty cool for them. It's a cool roster. It's a mixed European American roster because Jerd's on that team, and they're going to be pretty competitive. Obviously, Temp is always a wild card when it comes to how he gets along with his teammates and what he can do. He's a fiery young gun, and you know, he likes to have his way with things. So it's gonna be interesting, specifically how Looney and Accuracy mold with those guys. It's a pretty young roster, so it's gonna be really interesting to see and follow along with those guys moving forward. If I had to predict out of all the rosters that have been made so far, which one would break up first, I'd probably put my money on this team, just because it's a lot of interesting personalities put together and pieced together. But there's absolutely potential for them to be a really good team, and they're probably the biggest, again, wild card heading into Black Ops 4 out of all the rosters we've seen so far. So the biggest question that a lot of people have right now, they're a little bit confused at what teams are for sure confirmed for CWL Vegas, which is happening in that first week of December. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there reffing again like I always am. So if you guys are there, again, hit me up. But that's a little while from now. I'll talk about it again later. So far, we know for a fact that 100 Thieves, Faze, EU, LG, Envy, Team Reciprocity, Faze, and Red Reserve are guaranteed spots in the tournament because they kept 3 players from their original roster from last year Stage 2 playoffs. Reciprocity is Unilad from Stage 2, so the only 2 question marks kind of right now still are EU and LG because they haven't officially announced their rosters of 5. But we're going to talk about those rumors here in just literally a second. It sounds like they're at least going to keep 3 from their roster from Stage 2, so they should be guaranteed a spot moving forward. Again, then there's Optic and Splyce, who based off pro points, there's basically no way they aren't going to be guaranteed a spot. So there are 8 teams who kept 3 of their players from Stage 2, which means that those 8 teams are guaranteed spots. But there has to be 12 teams in pool play, so there has to be 4 more that are let in, which is based off of the amount of pro points they have. Optic and Splyce are basically guaranteed spots. There's no way that 4 other teams make a team with more pro points than they have, so they're in. They're guaranteed spots. Then there's the question of who are the other 2 teams going to be. There's still 2 more spots that can be guaranteed based off pro points. Free agents with the most pro points are guys like Chino, Decimate, Vicento, Theory, Sensor, Ricky, Blast, and then Josh, Madcat, Parasite, Pander, Lacefield, God, RX, and the Elevate roster from Champs. Those guys all have a pretty good amount of pro points, especially the guys who I listed at the beginning there. They have a lot of pro points, and those guys could potentially pass up Splyce, but they are no way passing up Optic. But there's no way that those guys that I've listed would make 4 teams that can knock out Optic. They are guaranteed spots, like I said. So if you notice, I didn't mention a few guys in those other free agents that I just listed because the rumored rosters for EU and LG have been, put out there by the Cod Burner, which by the time this video goes out could be confirmed. I don't think they will be, but they could be confirmed within the next week or 2, probably for sure. So once Black Ops 4 is out, these probably could be confirmed. So, take that with a grain of salt. I'll pin a comment down below if they are confirmed. So check that out. The rumored LG roster is Formal, Gunless, Classic, John, and Slack. So that'll be adding in Classic and Gunless, but losing Jkap. And that's because the rumor is that Jkap is going to EU, which is a pretty insane an insane change of events. Nobody really saw that one coming. But the rumored EU roster is Clay, Arcides, and Pristini, like everyone expected. And then adding a BZ and Jkap. I think a lot of people aren't very familiar with the BZ because he really wasn't that successful as a team last year. But individually, he was extremely successful. Specifically, like at Anaheim, he was one of the best players of the tournament. He absolutely dominated, was one of the best slayers, one of the best S&D KDs. He's a really well-rounded player, and he's extremely young. He's 18, so there's a lot of untapped potential there with him. And, I mean, he absolutely could be a stud upcoming. One of these guys that came up out of nowhere and dominates this season. But that roster with Clay, Arcides, Jkap, Pristini, and a BZ, that's a nasty roster. It'd be really, really fun to watch. And it'd be cool to see Jkap and Clay and Arcides, all of them together. That's a really cool team. But LG, on paper, that team's nasty. With Formal and Gunless together on a team, with Classic, John, and Slack all playing together, I mean, that's a nasty team. Really good. It's going to be really, really fun to watch, too. And, man, that would create for some powerhouse rosters heading into Black Ops 4. And I think that's kind of what everybody expected, is that there's going to be about 8 teams that are really dominant, and the rest of the Call of Duty scene might be a little lacking, which could definitely be the case this season. But these rosters are all going to be insanely fun, and the rivalries and storylines going from team to team are going to be so much fun to watch. I think I've already said that a few times this video. At the end of the day, I think those are really great teams, and I hope that's what the teams are, because those are teams that are going to be really dominant, and I absolutely think that those are probably going to give those guys the best chance to win. So best of luck to those guys. I hope that's their roster. But again, I'll confirm that when that's confirmed. Obviously, follow me on Twitter if you guys want updates. I've already kind of talked about this, but the question is, what other 2 teams could there be to make pool play? I think there's a lot of really good rosters heading into Black Ops 4, and this is going to be the most interesting tournament potentially in Call of Duty history when it comes to, this is going to be the first year of Fives. This is going to be the first year with so many different guys teaming like they are this year. Optic Gaming's roster, 100 Thieves joins into Call of Duty. Man, it's going to be exciting. And the scrims, Scump is saying that he's planning on streaming scrims, which is great for me because I need content to do learn from the pros. So hopefully pros are actually streaming their scrims so I can actually have some content. Thank you pros, for actually doing something for me. Nah, but jokes aside. But This video went a little longer than I thought it was going to because of the long intro. My bad, guys. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm happy you guys are still hanging around. If you guys are still watching, I appreciate it. So many new faces around the channel these last week or so, which is awesome. The last video really popped and hit home with a lot of people, so I was pretty excited about that. But with that said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. But like I always say, I'm trying to do this long term, and I can't do this without you guys. So I really do appreciate all the support, subscribing, and everything. Leaving comments down below. But as always, guys, I'm your boy SalvationsElite, and we will see you next time. I'm one of the best players of COD World War II, specifically near the end of the season, and specifically at Champs. He was a monster at Champs. He was the second best respawn Slayer and had the second best respawn KD with a 1.26 at Champs. He just absolutely melted everybody at Champs, and he's one of the best snipers in the game. So when it comes to